day to keep, he can't hang around. Our house in the middle of our street. Our house in the middle of our...
Hi, I'm David Brighton with Brighton Home Inspections. Welcome to Brighton Your Day Video Blogging. Today we're going to talk about 5 questions you can ask a home inspector before you hire them. Now, the first question you want to ask is, are you licensed? And I know that might seem like a silly question, but there are 3 criteria to be licensed in the province of BC. First, you have to have attended an accredited school. Second, you must be insured. And thirdly, you must belong to an association. There's 3 associations in the province of BC. They virtually inspect all the same standard. So if someone's trying to tell you that one association is better than the other, it's simply not true. There are great inspectors in all 3 associations. In fact, I'd encourage you to look into some of the legal action taken against home inspectors and find out what associations those inspectors belong to. The second question you want to ask is about their equipment. There's a myriad of equipment available to home inspectors, but really the bread and butter of every inspector is the moisture meter. The moisture meter confirms whether or not water has entered the home at any particular point. Some inspectors are using thermal imaging. I'm going to cover that topic off in another episode, but again, I want to encourage you to look at the success of thermal imaging and the external climate that makes that success happen. The third thing you want to talk about is reporting. There's 3 basic styles of reporting. One is a physical check-off report that provides little or no pictures, and the description of the deficiencies are generic. They can be applied to any home. The second style is what I would describe as plug and play. Those are reports that are generated by iPads or tablets. They do provide pictures, but again, the description of the deficiency is generic. The third type is a PDF, which comes in a file in an email shortly thereafter, and it provides pictures, cause, effect, and remedy, and descriptions of deficiencies that are specific to that home. It's more or less a custom report. The fourth thing you want to ask about is time, and time has 2 branches to it. One is how much time is the inspector going to apply to inspecting a home, and generally speaking it's between 3 and 4 hours for a detached home. So you want to make sure that the inspector is spending enough adequate time to make sure that they find the specifics of any deficiencies in the home. The second branch of the time aspect is how many inspections is that inspector going to book on the same day. This is a classic example of quantity over quality. You want to make sure that that inspector is providing the right amount of time for your house. The fifth thing you want to talk about or ask is, are you going to get up into the roof, or are you going to get up into the attic or crawl space? A lot of inspections unfortunately happen either from the ground or from the ladder or from the hatch. So as an example, if there's a 2,400 square foot home and an attic hatch is at one end and there's mold forming on the far end, that's 40 feet roughly of inspection space that needs to be covered. There's no way the inspector is going to be able to tell you that there's mold forming if he's just looking from the hatch. And the same can be said from the crawl space as well. Now there's exceptions to getting up onto the roof. Obviously if the pitch is too steep or there's wet, slippery conditions, you don't want to jeopardize the inspector's safety for the point of the inspection. I hope you found this topic interesting. If you have any questions about this topic or any others, feel free to get hold of me at brightonhi.com, LinkedIn, Facebook, or Twitter, or of course directly at 604-290-5557. I'm David Brighton with Brighton Home Inspections. Thanks for joining me.